chilling with my dog. I feel like I have come to a realization, a sad realization, a real realization. I don't know, but it's a realization. Um, and it's mostly just that we are fucked. I mean, like, we are so fucked. I feel like I have a hard time not sounding like a doomer. Um, I really don't mean to. I think it's just really important that people know why they're having a hard time. I think it's important that people know that they are not the problem and that there is a system failure happening in this country. Um, Economically, this place is at its end. I mean, like, I think about America being able to resurface itself, and honestly, I don't see it happening. I think when you look at places like Texas, a lot of people, especially in more populated areas, people have it together more so. The idea that, yeah, you're gonna need to live with maybe 8 or 5 people because everyone has to chip in. There is no way in hell that anyone can achieve the luxurious American life on their own or with a family, quote unquote, um, without health issues, work, stress becoming the main focus of their life. I mean, it will just consume you. Like, I have watched so many families fall apart because everyone is busting their ass trying to make it happen. And when they get home and they just want to rest and they don't want to talk, then the fights happen and then they have kids and then et cetera, and everything just comes tumbling down. And the way that they always try to fix it is swiping the credit cards for the flights and the free vacations. And then they end up in debt. And then they spend the rest of their life working it off. And that scares the shit out of me. I am actually terrified for my existence here. If not for the government itself, for the people. Because people gotta get what they gotta get. And sometimes that just means violence. Sometimes it just means people are gonna be violent and they're gonna be assertive and they're gonna take what they fucking want. Because unfortunately, we're overpopulated. There aren't enough resources. There was maybe a few decades ago, but now there definitely aren't. And a lot of the shit we eat and use is synthetic and it is recycled. And there's a reason for that, you know? I think a lot of young people right now are choosing to be sustainable, and I love it. I have been an advocate for sustainability since I was a kid. I mean, it was just the obvious choice to me, and I feel like so much of the youth is like adapting to that, and I love it. Like, I genuinely do. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking bigger than my age, but like, I don't know, dude. I feel like I've been alive for a while, and I'm okay with that. And most people will try to infantilize you. Most people will try to look at you and tell you you don't know what you're talking about. But I promise you, you're the one living it. You're experiencing it. It's real and it's valid. I don't know. I think, like, I recently realized that I probably can't go to school. Like, not even like, even if I had the passion and drive to go, I'm realizing I can't. I got into a university, a community college, an art school, and a technical school. I made it into all of these schools. And when it came time to face reality, and look at those financial packages, I was like, you know, I'm actually already in debt, and the scholarships that I could get aren't enough to make it. And I don't ever want to sound like I'm being a victim or like I'm complaining. Because honestly, I think my life is great. I think like I enjoy my existence. I love being who I am. But there's just a lot of stuff we can't control. And sometimes coming to that acceptance is really hard. But once you do, it gets a little easier. But I think the scary thing for me right now is the job market. I think that a lot of people want to work. Hint, hint. And a lot of people are coming here to work. And they are closing the gates. I mean, they are shutting the doors on people. And most people right now have to demean themselves to the lowest of lows to keep a job. I mean, you have to take shit from people so hard in order to keep a job. Because think about it, I mean, of course, managers are going to be stressed too. They have to deal with corporate new rules, new code of conducts every, like, what, 2 months now? Because these corps just can't decide how to function. They just can't. I mean, internal workforce systems right now are scattered beyond belief. I mean, there is no consensus that this country is coming to on how to deal with our problems. And I think what we're seeing right now is a rise of anarchy. It's a simple rise of anarchy, and it's been happening since God knows how long. I mean, I think obviously with social media and community and talks and all sorts of things that people are more aware now. I think it really, really dawned on me when I was like 14 probably that this wasn't going to get any better. I was an advocate beyond advocacy. I mean, seriously, it was actually kind of fucking annoying. But seeing people care now is like awesome. But I'm also just like, guys, I don't know. So personally, I have no interest in working anymore. Because I experience excruciatingly painful body pain all throughout my nervous system now. I don't know what it is, but it is so much. And I probably need to go see a physician and a psychiatrist because I don't know what's wrong with my fucking body. I take supplements now. I've personally been against medication for a very long time. I think it's cool, but I don't really have something that I'm dedicated to enough to feel comfortable with that, I think, is my issue. And I honestly do want to make a living off of my art, but the only thing that crosses my mind is like, wow, people are not broke, but people can't afford to support me as consistently as I would need to be supported in what I do. And that's also just a belief set that I have right now. I don't think it's concrete. I don't think it's forever. But I also am thinking about being in spaces where people do have the ability to provide me the financial support that I would need to continue on doing what it is that I do. What it is that I do is pretty cool, rad, impressive, if not radical, if I do say so myself. And as of late, I feel more motivated than ever to do what I do. But I think that part of it comes with this sort of antisocial disorder or in order or whatever, I don't know. I need a lot of time by myself. I think like you can go through certain experiences as an artist that will turn you off to ever touching a paintbrush again. I mean, it is such an inexplicable, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing this type of lifestyle. And as you get older, it gets easier to cope and to deal and to move and to enjoy. But as you're in it, it feels like nothing is going right. It feels like you can step on a rock and break your neck, you know? It feels like heavy and hard to navigate and lonely. It feels really lonely. But it's also an illusion at the same time. Because as much as you feel as though you're being perceived, as much as you feel as though the whole world's watching you and people are talking and there's noise and everything, at the end of the day, people are who they are. And people live how they live. And no matter what profession you have, that's true. I don't know. I'm like, it's weird. I also have had this really weird experience just feeling like I've been watching myself grow up into the person that I am right now. And I'm like, it's insane that I made it this far. It's like, it sounds so corny, but I genuinely was like, I'm probably not going to make it past 17. I was like, there's no way in hell. And this wasn't like a silly little teen hormonal thing. This was like, I'm facing reality right now. I am majorly fucked. Like, majorly. The fact that I graduated even middle school is insane. The fact that I even made it through high school is insane. I mean, it is insane. So I've recently given myself grace for that and understanding that that was a process. I think that a lot of people want to downplay what people go through because they think that they've been through something worse. And I've never liked that psychology. I think it's flawed and I think it's wrong. Because everyone has a different threshold for pain. Everyone has a different sort of setting of things they can or can't handle. And some people are predisposed to that. Some people are just naturally born into that. Some people just are that. You know, it doesn't really matter. I think that people naturally react to their environments, and it's up to us to make sure that we're okay. You know, it's up to us to make sure that we're fed and housed and clothed, and that no matter what, we're always having our hierarchy of needs met. Because some people will fringe upon that. Some people will destroy your ability to take care of your own hierarchy of needs, and they will make you feel less than and stupid and cowardice, and they will destroy your sense of self until you submit to them. Some people really are like that, and those people scare me. So many fruit flies. But they are real, and they are here, and they are looking for innocent and vulnerable looking people. And one thing about me, a bitch is beautiful. A bitch is gorgeous. I don't fucking care by what standard, point blank period. You know what I'm saying? I look a little tired right now. It's late. I get up and I do shit every day. I never sit outside and just, you know what I mean? But I am like so tired. Like I'm like old lady tired. Like I know I can get up and do shit, but I be feeling like I'm finna crack a bone in my back like any day. Like I be feeling like the discs in my back, and I'm like, hold up. This is actually crazy. This is actually crazy. Like, why am I suffering? This doesn't make sense. And I'm a little, I think, and I know what type of person. I be hypothesizing and doing my research and getting the confirmation, and I be keeping my mouth shut. Because these niggas don't want you to talk. I swear they don't want you to talk. I'm like, I'm gonna just have my little private convos, cause, girl, the shit I'm realizing about life and everything within it is absurd. I mean, It's so psychological that it's tormenting. You wish you could make your physical reality match up to the internal mental battle of what the fuck is America, but you just can't. Because if you do, what the fuck is America? You know? I think this place has gone a really long time trying to imagine peace, trying their hardest to build peace, and I will say it till the day I die. How it started is how it's gonna end, and they obviously don't want that. So yeah.